I'm Moloo, Corporate Information Security Officer for DB Schenker. My focus is cybersecurity and technology risk management. Personally, I have a passion for exploring various cybersecurity framework and standards to dissect and to create meaningful best practices. One such as ZeroTrust or the ZeroTrust architecture. Okay, so I see trust but verify as a traditional method for threat protection. It was once considered gold standard with the implementation of perimeter firewalls and fences in which trusted users and endpoints were automatically allowed network access. It leaves a significant vulnerability whereby internal traffic is considered trusted and perimeter defenses are there to protect against untrusted traffic. Now, in comparison to never trust, always verify, it centers around the belief that trust is a vulnerability by itself, and security must be designed with a strategy in mind. So the implicit trust, which is central to trust but verify model, is completely removed from this particular model, from the entire computing ecosystem. Now, instead, never trust, always verify model, the trust level for access, whether it be access to network, access to application, access to any data, access to any computing resources, are explicitly and continuously calculated and adapted to allow just in time, just enough access to these enterprise resources. So simply put, I would say never trust, always verify model. Within this particular model, the level of trust is zero. Zero trust is not only a general best practice, but a strategic initiative. I would say that in recent years, we've all seen the rapid acceleration of digital transformation, the emerging trend of working from home, a shift in the culture there. We've seen proliferation of various disruptive technologies such as IoT or blockchain, just to take these two as examples. And an increased reliance on cloud application, cloud platform. And this space has made the traditional corporate boundaries almost disappear. So now with the disappearance of this corporate boundary, the traditional perimeter or trust but verify type of a model has become fairly inadequate for the increased need of access from pretty much anywhere. Now, along with that, moreover, I feel the threat landscape has become increasingly complex and more sophisticated. Coupled with the rise in data breaches and incidents, all of this has rendered the concept of trust as fairly inadequate. I believe with this backdrop, I think enterprise needs a fairly new or novel approach to adequately address the modern trends and the dynamic changing threat landscape. So essentially, Zero Trust basically goes beyond the castle and moat approach, which had dominated the traditional trust but verify model. Recognizing that the model in itself is vulnerability. So enterprise needs a approach that enables a continuous monitoring and continuous validation of users, devices which are authorized to access whether it be application or different resources, regardless of where the endpoint is located. In my opinion, I feel the key takeaway would be, one is the shift in the mindset. the changes and the rapid trends and whatnot I mentioned earlier. So there's a shift in the mindset that zero trust is a new or novel approach or new way of thinking. Zero trust is not a specific technology or a specific architecture. It is a, let me call it a information security architectural shift. Another best practice I feel would be probably beneficial for the audience would be, that there is lots and lots of knowledge, wisdom available regarding this Zero Trust initiative. So I'll be able to provide exposure to some of the best practices, framework, principles, which are provided by some credible authorities, such as I would say NIST and National Cybersecurity Center, the arm underneath the GCHQ. So those exposure would be valuable to the audience. And I believe, like, fundamentally, Zero Trust is a defense in depth type of an approach, but it takes away from the traditional traditional perimeter defense in depth model of trust but verify that I spoke about earlier. And it takes away from that model to a more newer, novel approach of a layered type of a control model. One such control I can say would be multi-factor. And this approach is more closer to what is valued most by the enterprise, which is basically the enterprise data. So it sticks the control right at the end where the data is residing in the enterprise. And there's I can say for particularly the security professionals, the CISOs, or the C-suite members, I would say that there is a constant increase of breaches, ransomware. We all find that in the news, and we all know intrusion, it continues to rise. So the technology leaders, the CISOs and whatnot, should remove the assumption of trust altogether by including the never trust, always verify, this particular element of the Zero Trust strategy in their cybersecurity program.